this week goes out to R&B singer Ne-yo. Ne-yo was in the news last week following comments he made on Gloria Velez's podcast. And in this episode that aired on Vlad TV, Ne-yo states that his radiological views on gender identity and the transitioning of children in rather unapologetic fashion. Just see the receipt.
Ne-yo is sharing further insight into his stance on parenting transgender children. The R&B superstar came under fire for recent comments he made on the Gloria Velez podcast, in which he criticized parents who support their kids' gender transitions. Ne-yo had said in the interview that he, quote, personally came from an era where a man was a man and a woman was a woman, and that he doesn't, quote, understand when it became a good idea to let a 5-year-old, let a 6-year-old, let a 12-year-old make a life-changing decision for themselves.
You could identify as a goldfish if you feel it.
Right.
I don't care. That ain't my business. It becomes my business when you try to make me play the game with you. I'm not gonna call you a goldfish, but you want to be a goldfish, you go be a goldfish. It's all
Amen.
good. I feel like parents have almost forgotten what the role of a parent is.
Amen.
It's like, okay,
Lost control.
If your little boy comes to you and says, Daddy, I want to be a girl, and you just let him rock with that, you just let
Right.
He's 5.
Right. And where did he get that
if
from?
you let this 5-year-old boy decide to eat candy all day, he's going to do that.
Exactly.
Like, when did it become a good idea to let a 5-year-old, let a 6-year-old, let a 12-year-old make a life-changing decision for themselves?
Right.
When did that happen?
Right.
Like, I don't understand that. I don't get that. He can't drive a car yet, but he can decide his sex. I can't take credit for it, but I heard somebody say one time, he was like, all right, if your son comes to you and says, Daddy, I want to be a girl, ask your son, what is a girl?
That's a good one.
What is he going to do? He's going to say, well, he might want to play with dolls. All right, you want to play with dolls. Fine, play with dolls.
Right.
But you're a boy playing with dolls.
That's
I want
right.
to wear pink. All right, cool, wear pink. But you're a boy
That's right.
wearing...
Now, anyone watching that clip with a functioning cerebral cortex will come to the conclusion that Ne-yo was merely stating logical facts. Children just don't have the mental faculties necessary to make altering medical decisions. Just how we as a society agreed that a 15-year-old girl is way too young to decide if she will sleep with R. Kelly, that same reasoning should be applied when debating if she is old enough to chop off her breasts in the name of gender-affirming care. Frankly, when I first saw this clip, I was proud of Ne-yo. Slightly saddened by the fact that we'll most likely never get to hear his music again once the outrage mob was done with him, but proud nonetheless. This is a man who was willing to put his career on the line in defense of what's right. The conviction with which he stated those beliefs felt like an example to all who are looking for the courage to follow in his footsteps. And then this happened. Just see the receipts.
In a new statement posted to social media over the weekend, the 43-year-old apologized for the remarks and explained that he is willing to have an open mind and learn more about the subject in order to be a better ally in the future, writing, after much reflection, I'd like to express my deepest apologies to anyone that I may have hurt with my comments on parenting and gender identity. I've always been an advocate for love and inclusivity in the LGBTQI+ community, so I understand how my comments could have been interpreted as insensitive and offensive. Gender identity is nuanced, and I can honestly admit that I plan to better educate myself on the topic so I can approach future conversations with more empathy. At the end of the day, I lead with love and support everyone's freedom of expression and pursuit of happiness.
Was I surprised that he caved? Absolutely not. I would even go as far as saying that it was expected. No one can survive an onslaught of that caliber. Men and women like him go through for speaking the truth. And Twitter comments are the least destructive aspect of this punishment. I am sure everyone from his agent to his manager to his publicist were all in his ear with doomsday scenarios in which he would lose everything he has ever worked for. So in my mind, the Ne-yo saga had come to an end. And I went to bed that night with no intention of even doing a segment on this story because it has become such a non-story at this point. You can literally swing a dead cat and hit a celebrity who came under fire following their expression of what they know to be true as far as gender ideology is concerned. To later on bow to mob's demands by walking back those same views they held so dear. From J.K. Rowling to Kevin Hart, all the way to Anthony Bass, there are enough to fill 2 Olympic-sized swimming pools. But then, I woke up the following morning, and as I sat on my commode to tend to my bodily functions, the second I opened my phone, I was hit with this. Just see, they're disappointing receipts.
What's going on, loved ones? This is Ne-yo. All right, listen. I normally don't give too much of a damn about what y'all think about what I do, what y'all have to say about what I say, whatever. I normally don't care because, like I said, opinions ain't special. Everybody got one. However, this is something I feel very strongly on, and I need y'all to hear this from the horse's mouth, not the publicist's computer. So check this out. First and foremost, I do not apologize for having an opinion on this matter. I am a 43-year-old heterosexual man raising 5 boys and 2 girls, okay? That's my reality. Now, if my opinion offended somebody, yeah, sure, I apologize for you being offended because that wasn't my intention. My intention is never to offend anybody. However, I'm entitled to feel how I feel. I'm absolutely entitled to feel how I feel the same way you are entitled to feel how you feel. I ain't asked nobody to follow me. I ain't asked nobody to agree with me. I was asked a question and I answered the damn question, okay? I have no beef with the LGBTQIA plus community whatsoever. I ain't got no beef with y'all. Do whatever the hell it is you want to do. Do what you want to do with your kids. However, somebody asked my opinion on this matter, and this is how I feel. I will never be okay with allowing a child to make a decision that detrimental to their life. I will never be okay with that. I don't care. I definitely plan to educate myself a little bit more on this matter. However, I doubt that there's any book anywhere or any opinion that somebody's going to tell me that's going to make me okay with letting a child make a decision like that. That's just period, point blank, and that's how I feel. If I get canceled for this, then you know what? Maybe this is a world where they don't need a Ne-yo no more, all right? And I got no problem with that. I'm a hustler, all right? I'll figure it out. I got kids to raise, and I'm going to do that regardless. So with that being said, y'all have a good day. I love everybody. Live how you want to live, love how you want to love, but your opinion is yours. Speak your opinion as much as you damn well feel like it. Because as I said, they're not important, they're not special. Everybody got one, and you're entitled to it. I'm entitled to mine, all right? Y'all feel how y'all want to feel. Have a great day. It's Ne-yo. Peace and love.
And just like that, the man responsible for the soundtrack of my entire high school life broke my heart. Say what you will about the LGBTQ mob, but at least they stand by their beliefs. And they're willing to die for them if they must. Ne-yo, on the other hand, lives a very yo-yo-like life. Wherever the wind blows, he will end up there. He walked that apology because he was getting flamed online for capitulating. So what exactly do you believe, Ne-yo? Do you believe that the mutilation and chemical castration of children is a bad thing? Or do you believe that everyone is entitled to do what they want with their children? Because you cannot believe both. You can't say that the chemical castration of your child is an inconceivable atrocity and yet still be okay with it happening to someone else's child. That will make you a psychopath. On issues like these, where innocent children are being crucified on the altar of gender ideology by a cabal of virtue-signaling parents and profit-greedy doctors, there cannot be any swaying back and forth. Too much is on the line. And that is why when one makes the conscious decision of speaking truth to power on these issues, they must be prepared to lose life and limb in the name of the greater good. Otherwise, all that you're doing is giving ammunition to the opposition. by burying your pressure points out in the open, which makes this absolutely preposterous. And that'll do for the show this week. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We really appreciate it. Please don't forget to share, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell notification button so you know when we're uploading new content. We're trying to reach 5,000 subscribers before October, so each and every form of engagement helps. Until next time, stay preposterous.